Good day, good love, and great light illuminators and way showers. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm Wendy if you're new, and here I am sharing my language of light here in my kitchen. From my kitchen to yours, I'm often, when I'm working on something that has to do with natural oils, essences, scents, foods, it often is combined with light language, because as I'm doing it, I'm hearing it, I'm speaking it, and I'm connecting with the elements of nature, which is our nature. And in my day-to-day life, one of the things that I do to connect with my own spirit, to stay in my own harmony with my own body, mind, and spirit, is to use things on my hair, my skin, etc., that are as close as I can believe connected to nature. So one of the things that I've been working on over the last, say, year, for example, is tinctures. So what does all this have to do with light language? Well, it's that time of year also where we're connecting with nature, wherever you are in the world. And for me, in the spring and summertime, one of the ways that I connect with my spirit guides is through the scents and sounds, of course, of nature, which is very activating for all of us. But for example, I've shared on my channel, it's time to make sun tea again. So my guides many years ago were sort of explaining to me how that when we're making our sun tea and the light codes from the sun, and then of course from our intentions, the herbal substance of whatever we're using to infuse to make our tea, whatever that is. And I've been excited lately too to just pick some mint off of my back porch and just steep it and have a beautiful cup of mint tea. It's so good, especially with local honey. So then the local bees come into play, those collective consciousness come into play. We don't realize how intricately entwined all of this is. And one of the main, I guess, inspirations for these videos is to share how everything is connected. Everything is now, everything is quantum. And that's part of all of this and the things that we use in our day-to-day basis. And so today I happen to be putting together some oils, and this is based upon a recipe that I found online by, I always do that. I'm like, what's her name again? I'll put the link below. For some reason, all of a sudden, her name is escaping me. I apologize. I'm like, oh, I should stop. And I don't edit this stuff out, so sorry about that. But I'll put the link. I'm like, now I feel like I have to look. Dr. Barbara O'Neill, and you can look her up online. She's got tons of videos. I love her work, and so no affiliation in any way to any of these things. But I just happened to get this recipe from, as I was looking for things, for products for my own hair, for healthy healthy hair growth, and how I utilize the elements of nature in restoring and repairing and taking care of my own hair and skin. And I'm reminded too that our skin is the largest organ of our body. And I also had family members with severe hair loss from chemotherapy. So this is something that may also assist for others who may be actually just experiencing hair loss. And now if I could get Dave to use it, maybe we could do a we could do a little test on him. But nonetheless, I it's like I infuse everything into the light of this concoction. So anyway, without further explanation, that's what I'm making today. But I wanted to also share a couple of the tinctures that I have made over the last year with my plants that I've been growing outside. Also, of course, infused with light language and light codes and my love and my light and my intentions and my quantum it's like I'm, calling in the angels, calling in my spirit guides to lend their love and excitement and essences to all that goes into what I do. And now I'm getting goosebumps. So I made some rosemary oil. Excuse me, this is rosemary tincture. I've got a bunch of oils in front of me. And I made some basil tincture. And I made some oregano tincture. So this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, and making my own tinctures and things. So I'm very new at this. I know there's all kinds of information out there. That's not what this is about, really, is how to do this. Because there's a lot of information out there about how to do it, and that's how I found it, is exploring, and I've been collecting books on this for decades, actually. So, and I've been using all of these things to the best of my ability as often as possible. But this concoction this particular one is, I should say, I shouldn't call it a concoction, it's actually a recipe. This is the first time I've actually put this together. And so I've got an old conditioner bottle, which I actually love her products too. I found her on Etsy, Asia's Naturals, with goat milk. And I have had, for my whole life, had challenges with over-the-counter shampoos and conditioners with my hair. It's very fine. I don't dye it. I never have. But it's very, very fine and thin, and over-the-counter soaps, actually, that's another thing, but over-the-counter soaps and shampoos and conditioners just have never been harmonious with me or my hair. So I really love her stuff. It's again, no affiliation. I found her on Etsy. I just happen to love her shampoos and conditioners. And so for me, they're so far the only ones that have been really working for me. And she does have rosemary and all kinds. So anyway, the combination of what I'm using today is castor oil. Number one, one of the most important ingredients of the whole thing. And again, I'll put the link to her recipe. And coconut oil. And I put in some argan oil, which is not in her recipe. And lavender oil and rosemary. Oh, hang on. There's Dave. Okay, Dave came in to say hi.
There's a mad scientist happening here.
So there's all kinds of oils and bottles here. And so talking about the infusion of the essences of the herbs and spices and how we're using them, and how I'm making an oil hair concoction for me, and maybe you want to try it. Because it's all about, healthy hair and skin and all that. So male or female, this is for everybody. Because the language of light is...
We have beakers.
Well,
this isn't a beaker.
But we have beakers and test tubes. So, and Dave is actually really been an inspiration for me since we met, that he has been embracing all these things as well for many years, as far as tinctures, well, wherever you want to go with that, teas, infusions,
I had a chemistry set when I was little.
and alternative medicine, natural medicine, and products. And so he also takes the tinctures. So each one of them has different benefits. Perhaps you might want to explore that as well. I am by no means an expert or anything like that. I am just simply sharing from my kitchen what I'm doing to infuse my own light language. Yeah, so you got some more test tubes. Yep, that actually, I really like that too. That came with the droppers came in those nice glass test tubes, so that was really nice. So yeah, I was just inspired to bring more of my language of light into what I do every day. And I know this may seem off the subject, but really, I think being in touch with nature in all of its elements, because that's what we're all made of, and everything, everywhere, and every when, in some form, is a degree of all of the same elements.
And one of the understandings that is taught to us is all the things that you need are typically naturally found in the area that you live. So if you have allergy type of things, there's some plant somewhere nearby that could help you.
And I don't use all of this stuff, and I'm not an herbalist, and I'm not trained in any of this. This is just simply me being in touch with my own spirit. My spirit guides lead me to these videos that I watch because I'm asking my universe, what's the best thing for me? I'm asking my guides, what's the best things for me to use in my day-to-day life? And then I'm inspired to share them with others. So it's as simple as that. and
Keep sharing.
And how we infuse our love and light. And how, of course, all of these herbs and spices and things have been grown in nature, in the sun, in the elements, and they're just such a quantum conversation with every part of us. So I just wanted to share those few moments with you and my day-to-day stuff. An gianda que se pesbasha esho tinaya kuapati.